In January 2023, Nepal inaugurated its most ambitious infrastructure project, a $215 million international airport designed to turn Pokhara into a regional tourism hub. 3 years later, the terminal is virtually silent. Not a single foreign airline operates regular, scheduled flights out of this facility. The airport currently survives on domestic traffic, generating roughly 300 million rupees annually, an amount barely sufficient to cover its own electricity and staffing. This revenue is being swallowed by a massive debt obligation to China Exim Bank. Nepal must pay 2.4 billion rupees in annual installments, an 8-to-1 shortfall. This facility earns less than 12% of what it needs just to service its construction loans. To understand how this happened, we have to look at 3 primary suspects. The project relied on a $215 million financing package from China, split between a fixed-rate Exim loan and interest-free MOFCM funds. The grace period ending triggers a massive 20-year repayment window the airport simply cannot afford. Physical shortcuts added to financial pressure. The Chinese contractor, CAMC Engineering, illegally lowered the runway elevation by 41 feet during construction. This compromise destroyed the obstacle clearance gradient, forcing aircraft into a dangerously steep ascent to clear surrounding peaks. Because of this flaw, mid-sized jets like the Airbus A320 face severe load penalties. They cannot fly out at full capacity with passengers and fuel. Between aggressive debt terms and a physically handicapped runway, the airport cannot accommodate the very international traffic required to pay for itself. Geography presents a second hurdle. Because Nepal is bordered by India on 3 sides, efficient international routes to Pokhara require low-altitude entry corridors through Indian airspace. Diplomacy complicated these routes when Chinese officials publicly labeled Pokhara Airport as part of the Belt and Road Initiative, a designation Kathmandu continues to dispute. Viewing the BRI label as a strategic threat, New Delhi withheld permission for planes to use the Lahan and Mahendranagar entry points. These restrictions force international traffic into a single congested funnel over Simara, creating a massive bottleneck. This detour adds 45 minutes to flights and burns thousands of dollars in extra fuel, making routes economically unviable for foreign carriers. This geopolitical proxy conflict acts as a barrier that no amount of tourism marketing can overcome. The blame extends beyond foreign actors. The airport's current state is equally the result of decisions made within Kathmandu, an inside job. A massive anti-graft investigation uncovered a cost inflation scandal totaling 14 billion rupees during the airport's construction. The scale of the corruption is vast. 55 individuals have been charged, including 10 government secretaries and 5 former ministers. In a desperate attempt to attract airlines, the government has waived 100% of landing, parking, and navigation fees through 2028. Corrupt planning inflated the debt, and now the state must sacrifice its own fee revenue just to keep the terminal operational. Pokhara International has become a structural hemorrhage that threatens to bankrupt Nepal's civil aviation budget if left unchecked. Survival requires 2 diplomatic breakthroughs. First, Nepal must negotiate with Beijing to convert these high-interest loans into outright grants. Second, Kathmandu must secure high-level agreements with New Delhi to finally unlock the restricted cross-border air corridors. Who is primarily responsible for this disaster? Is it Chinese debt and construction shortcuts, Indian airspace vetoes, or domestic corruption? Nepal is paying 2.4 billion rupees annually, while earning just 300 million. Cast your vote, 1 for China, 2 for India, or 3 for Nepal's politicians, in the pinned comment below. Subscribe to the Himalayan Investor for more market breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video.